God says, something very serious is about to happen to you in the next 15 minutes. Jesus is begging you to open this quickly. Don't skip God today. My child, do not scroll away from these words, because heaven is trying to reach you before a moment arrives that could change your entire life. Something strong and very important is moving around you right now, which is why I'm talking to you. And if you don't answer this call, you might miss the comfort, safety, and direction I'm giving you today. These next few moments aren't like any other, because I'm here to break up your pain, your confusion, and the fear you've been carrying alone. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to tell you will get your mind ready for what's to come and give your heart peace before the storm hits. To be sure, please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. No one fully understands the stress you've been under, and even when you smile in public, your heart is tired from fighting secret battles. As you hid your tears in silence, I saw how hard it was for you to sleep every night because your mind was racing with fear and doubt. I didn't leave you in those dark hours, even though you felt alone and forgotten. You're here because the next 15 minutes are spiritually important, and I want your heart to be awake and focused when the shift starts around you. There's a reason why your spirit has been antsy lately. I've been warning you with little things like strange thoughts, signs, and times when your heart felt heavy for no reason. What is coming at you isn't meant to kill you, but it's dangerous enough that you can't keep walking carelessly or ignoring my voice. So you wouldn't miss this divine interruption, the enemy tried to break you, but I held you back because my hand is still on your life. There are people around you, my beloved child, who can't see how much pressure is building on your life, but I can. I'm aware of the stress that's been building up inside you and the emotional weariness that's slowly eroding your strength every day. Many of you have been wondering why some doors shut suddenly and why some relationships turned cold overnight. I let you be apart from some people because I wanted to keep you safe from voices and influences that would have swayed you from the path I set out for you a long time ago. Something will really move you in the next 15 minutes. For some, it will be a phone call that changes the course of their day. For others, it will be a sudden realization, a strong feeling, or a sudden conviction that makes them want to find me again. I'm getting your heart ready because the event itself isn't the best thing that's happening today. The best thing is that I'm using this time to awaken your spirit and bring you closer to my protection before bigger battles come up. You thought someone forgot about you for too long. The world talked about who you were until you started to doubt your worth and purpose. Some days, even when you were in a crowded place, you felt like no one could see you. Other days, you wondered if your prayers were even getting to heaven. But I have never stopped listening to you, not even once. In fact, I'm here right now to prove it, because I won't let hopelessness ruin the future I made for you. Fear about tomorrow is an attack on your peace by the enemy, my child. That fear has been telling you that bad things are going to happen and that you won't be able to handle the stress in your life. But I stand in front of that fear right now and say, you are still under my covering. What comes next might make you feel bad for a moment, but it won't take my hand off of your life because I'm already showing you mercy before the whole thing happens. Some of you here have been feeling guilty behind closed doors, and no one knows it. You punish yourself for things I already wanted to heal by thinking about our old mistakes over and over again. The enemy keeps bringing up old wounds because he wants you to be stuck in shame instead of moving forward with hope. Today, though, I want to remind you that my love is stronger than all of your mistakes and my grace is deeper than all of your regrets. I know that the stress over money has been wearing you down. Your mornings and nights are no longer peaceful and joyful because of bills, duties, and constant stress. You kept trying to be strong for everyone else, but inside you were wondering how much longer you could handle everything by yourself. Pay close attention now, because I'm already setting up help and supplies in places you can't see yet. And things that don't seem possible today won't always be impossible. To agree, type yes. While listening, there are also people who are emotionally broken from being lied to. You were hurt when someone you trusted said bad things about you, broke up with you, or left you without saying sorry. You changed how you see other people, and even how you see yourself because of that pain. However, I am starting to heal you, because your future can't be tied down to the people who hurt you in the past. Today, my child, I need you to stay spiritually awake. For the next 7 hours, don't let anything, anxiety, anger, or a lack of hope, take your attention away from me. His goal is to keep your attention off of him, because he knows that breakthroughs happen just as people are about to give up. I'm now making your spirit stronger so you can follow my lead instead of giving up in fear when things get tough around you. These words are not happening by accident. I set up this meeting because heaven wants to get your heart ready for something big to happen. An angel is still working on things you thought couldn't be fixed, and doors that seemed permanently closed are slowly opening in your favor. You'll remember that I still go to impossible places and save people who trust me when you see what comes next. Why are over 19,547 people getting rich all of a sudden? Because they started using a weird 9-word password that was found while studying the brain. People use it from their couches and report getting money in their accounts without expecting it, getting rid of debts, and improving their lives. Scientists say it turns on a part of your brain that controls abundance that is 150 million years old. This password was used secretly by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. It was backed by Harvard, tested in the lab, and changed people's lives. Then it spreads quickly and could be taken down at any time. Before it's gone for good, click the link in the description and comments. You should pay attention to me again because you need to make some smart choices soon, not scared ones. You can't just jump into the next season without thinking. And that's why I need to talk to your soul right now. There are battles going on around your fate that you can't see or fully understand with your own eyes. Some people smiled at you, but they were really angry and jealous at you behind your back. Some people tried to bring you down because they didn't understand the blessing on your life. But none of those attacks were stronger than what I had in place to protect me. There were times when you felt weak and alone, but I stayed right next to you the whole time. This warning is not meant to scare you. You must understand that. I'm not talking to upset your peace. I'm trying to make you more aware so that you stay close to me as things start to change around you. People stay away from me when they are scared, but when they are wise, they come closer to my voice. Stay calm, because even though something bad is about to happen, my hand is still with you every step of the way during this tough time. It's been many nights that you've had heavy thoughts that made you tired before you even went to sleep. Your heart got tired from the weight of all the painful memories, worries about money, family problems, and personal disappointments that you kept playing over and over again. Some mornings you woke up already tired because anxiety followed you around all day. But I'm speaking peace over your spirit now because I never meant for you to carry those burdens without asking for help. Type 777 to get good luck. The enemy has been trying to get you to believe that things will get worse. He told you in a whisper that things will never get better and that your tears will never stop. But those lies can't get in the way of what I said because I'm already doing things behind the scenes that you can't see. What seems delayed is not left behind, and what seems broken is not beyond my ability to fix completely. Some of the people who are hearing these words have recently felt emotionally distant from the people around them. When I lost touch with my friends and family, the conversations that used to make me feel better became painful and empty. Thoughts of what you might have done wrong, or whether people were slowly leaving your life, crossed your mind. But a lot of those breaks were necessary because I needed to get rid of distractions and bad connections before I could bring you into the next part of your life that I had planned. Because you are my beloved child, I know you have cried behind everyone else's backs. Even though your heart was hurt and tired, you kept helping other people. You smiled in public, but inside you were hurting in a way that no one really understood. But I saw every secret tear, every silent breakdown, and every time you felt like giving up, and I was there for you the whole time. Soon, there will be times that will really test your emotions. Unexpected conversations, news, or events that you didn't plan for may try to make you doubt yourself and lose your peace. But please remember this truth. Nothing surprises me when pressure builds up around you all of a sudden, and I was already getting strong for you before the battle even started. You've been asking me to help you figure out what you want to do with your life. Because you didn't know what to do with your life, you wanted answers about relationships, money, your purpose, and the future. After everything you've been through, you sometimes wondered if your life would ever feel stable again. Although I'm slowly letting you know where I'm going, I promise that this wave of confusion will not last forever. Do not let short-term pain make you think that your whole future is ruined. Some parts of your life had to end because they were no longer meeting the goals I had for you. When you really cared about the people involved and wished things would stay the same, I know how painful those endings were. Still, I took some things away because staying there longer would have been worse for your spirit than leaving. My child, good things are going to come into your life after this hard time is over. You are mostly seeing stress, delay, and emotional weariness right now, but heaven can already see that you will soon be restored. I'm clearing paths you thought were permanently blocked and healing wounds you thought would never fully heal. The enemy wanted to destroy your faith before your breakthrough, but I am holding you up even as the storm goes on around you. For the next few days, you need to keep your heart safe. Thoughts of doubt, fear, and negativity will try to surround you and make you less confident in me. Someone might say something that makes you doubt yourself or the path you are on, but I need you to stay rooted in my truth and not let every voice around you make you feel bad. If you believe in Jesus, type Wat 12. I know there are times when your emotions and spirit are empty. Though you pray, the silence can be too much and be hard to understand at times. You don't understand why answers are taking so long to come when your problems keep getting worse every day. However, even when it's quiet, I'm still working, keeping you safe and setting up things that will eventually make my loyalty clear to you. There are also dangers I have already kept you safe from that you don't know about. Things that could have hurt you were stopped by my hand before they could happen. Some people left because I stopped worse pain from coming into your life through them. There were times when you thought something was rejection, when it was really God's way of keeping you from more heartbreak in the future. This is an important 15-minute window because I want to get your attention back before something else grabs it. Your life has been noisy, stressful, and emotionally draining, and over time, you began to focus on fear instead of faith. The darkness around you may be loud, but I won't let it drown out my voice over your life. Let me remind you that heaven still picks you, keeps you safe, and loves you very much. Can 9 easy words really make a difference in your money? It has already helped more than 19,000 people get out of debt and start living a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. When brain experts found out that this password works up to 20 times faster than the law of attraction, they were shocked. A lot of people do it every day, and money just pours into their lives. For some, the results are so powerful that they feel like gifts from God. But this big step forward is already being harmed by the law and could be taken away at any time. Before it's gone, click the link in the description and comments. Some of you are on the verge of a big change in your lives and don't even know it yet. What seems like a mess right now will soon be a clear path. What hurts you right now will become part of your story, which will later help empower those around you. Your struggle is turning into wisdom, and your tears are turning into strength that can't be broken. Do not run ahead of me out of fear or desperation, my child. There are choices you should make carefully instead of based on how you feel, because one bad choice based on fear could cause you unnecessary pain. Relax your heart and pay close attention to what I say. I won't leave you in the middle of doubt, and I'll keep showing you the next step when the time is right. You've been through battles that should have made you lose all confidence. There were times when you felt alone, confused, and emotionally crushed by one disappointment after another. Still, you are standing here today, hearing my voice speak directly to your spirit. even after everything you've been through. That alone shows that my grace has helped you go further than your own strength could have. Though that feeling didn't come to destroy you, it was meant to get your attention and bring you closer to me before a big change. I've been calling your spirit back into alignment because you can't face what's coming if you are scared, distracted, or spiritually far away from me. You've spent too much time trying to carry all of your responsibilities by yourself. You told yourself over and over that you could handle one more hard day, one more painful situation, and one more sleepless night before you gave up. Even though you tried to look strong in front of other people, your soul has been begging for comfort and direction. For that reason, I am pulling you back toward my peace right now. I never asked you to get through this season without having my help. Some of the pain you've been feeling lately came from people who didn't understand your heart at all. If someone hurt you, you tried to love them, help them, and stay loyal, even if they hurt you back. What they did hurt you deeply, and you can still feel the pain when you think about certain memories. You are still valuable even though they didn't like you, because your identity was never meant to depend on other people's approval in the first place. Some delays in your life have been going on for a reason that you don't know about. You got angry as you saw other people make progress, while your prayers went unanswered month after month. Sometimes you felt like I had forgotten about your dreams or ignored the cries in your heart. But many of those delays happened because I wanted to keep you from getting involved in things before it was safe for your blessing to stay stable and last. If you believe in God, type 222. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My dear child, you need to stop talking about how bad your future will be. Every time fear made you think that your story would fail, it made your spirit weaker and less hopeful. Because he knows how powerful words can be during hard times, the enemy wants you to be full of doubt. But I'm teaching you to speak faith again, even though you still don't know what will happen. I stopped you from scrolling and brought you here today for a reason. Heaven is trying to make you stronger before pressure builds up around you again. What's about to happen will show you who really belongs with you and who was just visiting for a short time. There may finally be painful truths that have been hidden for a long time that can't be ignored. Masks will start to fall off. Don't freak out when things start to change quickly. It makes my heart race when things change quickly because you've been let down and emotionally worn out before. But not every sudden event is meant to break you. When things don't go as planned, they push you toward freedom, healing, and growth that you could never get if you stayed in one place forever. You've been praying for peace, but it can't fully grow in places where there is chaos, manipulation, and emotional instability. That's why I've been slowly getting rid of the things that were making you feel bad and slowing down your healing. At the time, those breaks hurt a lot, but you will realize later that I was saving you from worse pain that you couldn't see yet. You must trust me enough to let go of what is killing your soul. While you're mostly thinking about your problems, there are also blessings quietly getting ready behind the scenes. I'm starting conversations, giving you chances, and making connections you didn't expect that will slowly start to change the course of your life. You might not see everything right away, because the process usually starts out smaller than people think it will. But what I start with purpose grows into something much bigger than what people could make on their own. I know you've asked me, my child, why some prayers still don't seem to be answered after all this time. While you wait for things to get better, the days turn into months and the months into years. Some nights, your faith got weak because you kept getting let down before you saw the breakthrough you were hoping for. But even during those quiet times, I was still planning the right moment to open doors that no one will be able to close once they do. During this season, the enemy wanted to make your heart completely hard. He hoped that the pain of betrayal, stress, and emotional exhaustion would make you never trust me again. However, your spirit kept looking for me even when things were painful. Your quiet desire to stay in touch with me shows that heaven never gave up on your future. If you walk by faith, type yes. Please pay attention to the people who make you feel emotionally unstable, drained, and anxious all the time. It's not always true that people who smile at you have good intentions for your future. A few people only stay close because they get something good from your kindness, energy, or loyalty. But I'm showing you the bad relationships because your next season needs peace, wisdom, and stronger spiritual boundaries. So what does neuroscientists mean when they call this a wealth trigger? Because this 9-word password is already being used by over 1,957 people. Soon their lives will be very different. Unexpected deposits, debts forgiven, and a whole new way of life. Scientists say it uses a brain system that is 150 million years old and controls money and plenty. It has already changed a lot of people's lives in just a few weeks. You're lucky to be seeing this. The page could go away at any time. Before it's gone, click the link in the description and comments. Soon, you'll be able to see things more clearly than before. The confusion that was getting in the way of your decisions will slowly go away, and truths that were hidden in the dark will become clear. Things that seemed hard to understand before will suddenly make sense because I am taking away your spiritual blindness. When you finally see things clearly, don't ignore them just because they make you feel bad at first. You've been ashamed of mistakes you made in the past for too long. And even after you asked for forgiveness, you kept thinking about past mistakes as if they were important to your future. But I never meant for your life to be tied to seasons that were over for good. I forgive you more than you can say sorry, and my grace still reaches into the places where your guilt tried to bury your trust in me. There is also physical exhaustion affecting your spirit right now, my child. Overthinking, stress, emotional pain, and a lack of peace have slowly drained your body of energy. There are times when you wake up already tired because your mind doesn't really rest anymore. But I'm giving you back your strength because you can't face the future while being emotionally worn out all the time. Don't believe the lie that your life will always be this hard. The seasons change, storms pass, and painful chapters end, even if it feels like they will never end in the middle of the struggle. I know that you have cried alone and wondered how much more stress your heart could handle. But I also know that I made you strong before these battles even happened. For your spiritual health, the next 15 minutes are very important. I want to draw your attention back from fear to faith. Your mind has been full of distractions all the time, making it hard for you to hear my instructions clearly. But right now I'm turning down the noise in your mind so you can hear my voice over all the scary thoughts that are trying to take over your feelings. I need you to keep your cool, because what's coming next needs trust, not fear. During this season, being obedient will bring you good things. Today, the small choices you make with faith will affect the chances and breakthroughs that come your way later on. That's why the enemy keeps trying to get you to give up and act out emotionally. He knows that one bad choice made out of fear can hold up the plans I've been patiently making for you behind the scenes. Now is the time when being spiritually aware is more important than ever. The next part of your life will be shaped by small choices, quiet times, and the voices you let close to your heart. The enemy wants you to be mentally and emotionally drained so that you don't pay close attention to what I say. But I'm asking you to think about things more deeply, because what's coming needs wisdom, patience, and trust, not panic. The battles you fight every day are hard for many people around you to understand. People see your smile, your habits, and the way you keep going, but they don't see the emotional stress that's going on behind the scenes. They have no idea how many times you questioned your choices after heartbreaking losses and sleepless nights full of worry. Still, I know every secret struggle because I've been with you through every tear, every fear, and every lonely moment. Some of the pain you feel came from hearing hurtful things said about you when you were weak. Some people told you that you weren't good enough, that your dreams were too big, or that your future would never have any meaning. It took longer than it should have for those negative voices to leave your mind, which made you less confident over time. But I'm telling you the truth today, because your identity was never meant to be based on other people's opinions instead of mine. To get peace, Typeman. My dear child, you need to stop blaming yourself for all the bad things that got bad in your life. It's not always that you were separated because you failed or didn't have any value. Some people left because they were only supposed to be with you for a short time and couldn't keep going where I was leading you next. What hurt your heart a lot at the time will turn out to be protection that kept your destiny from being put off any longer. There are important moments coming up soon that will really test your emotions. You might get news that you didn't expect or suddenly see truths that you hadn't seen before. At first, those times might make your heart race because change often comes out of nowhere. But please remember that I am already standing in front of you, getting you strong and wise before each hard time comes. You haven't given yourself enough time to rest because you've been emotionally worn out for too long. Thoughts of tomorrow kept going through your mind, making you tired. You couldn't fall asleep because your mind kept going over problems, fears, and questions you didn't know the answers to. I am, however, bringing peace back to your spirit because constant worry was never meant to be a permanent part of your life. Loved one, there are hidden good things coming your way right now, even if you can't see them yet. Doors that seem to be completely shut are slowly moving in ways that you can't explain. There are talks going on about opportunities that could help you in the future, but you still feel stuck in the middle of uncertainty. More than you know, heaven is working behind the scenes, and soon you will see proof that my hand has been leading you the whole time. Don't give up just because things seem to be moving slowly. Some breakthroughs take time, because your heart needs to be ready for them before they can stay in your life safely. You would have been crushed under the weight of some blessings if they came too soon, instead of making you stronger. That is why, during this hard time, I have been teaching you to be patient, wise, and mature. You've also been sad about things you don't usually talk about in public. Some of your dreams didn't come true, and even though you prayed deeply, it seemed like your prayers weren't being heard. You tried to hold on to hope, but disappointment made your heart feel heavy and made you not sure what would happen next. Still, I'm healing your disappointment because hopelessness can't follow you into the next part of your life that I planned for you. To claim miracles, type on 10. People's financial lives are being changed quietly by a 9-word password that got out. It has already helped more than 19,000 people get money, freedom, and peace. People use it every day from their couches and say it has helped them make real money. Scientists say it works much faster than other methods because it uses deep brain pathways that are linked to money. Elites used to keep this secret, but now it's getting out too quickly. The government could wipe out this secret at any time. Before it's gone for good, click the link in the description and comments. The enemy wanted you to be alone so that you would lose all of your confidence. He hoped that being alone would make you feel like no one cared about your heart or your problems anymore. But heaven was always close by, even when you felt like no one cared about you or your problems. You prayed to me over and over again, even when you didn't think your words were getting through. Some people admire your strength behind closed doors as you go through tough times. They saw you get through pain that should have broken your spirit. They saw you keep helping other people, even though you were fighting silent battles that no one else fully understood. What you saw as weakness was actually proof that my grace kept you going through all the emotional storms that tried to tear you apart. My child, please be very careful with your thoughts over the next few days. Thinking about things that make you afraid can take away your peace of mind before they even happen. The enemy wants you to think of the worst things that could happen because fear makes faith weak and wisdom clouded. But I want you to learn to trust my voice more than the fear that is trying to take over your mind. In a spiritual sense, you have reached a turning point. You can't keep surviving the way you did before, when you put up with confusion, disrespect, and constant emotional pain. If you want to know how valuable you are, look at it through my eyes instead of how other hurt people treat you. This growth might make you feel bad sometimes, but it's getting you ready for better peace and relationships in the future. Some of the delays that are bothering you right now are actually keeping your future from getting worse than it needs to be. Because you were emotionally worn out from waiting, you wanted answers, changes, and breakthroughs right away. Still, things were going on behind the scenes that you couldn't see clearly at the time. My timing kept you from rushing into things that would have made you feel more regret and pain later on. There is still a reason for your life, my beloved child, even though you have been feeling down lately. The enemy tried to break your confidence because he is afraid that your painful experiences will help you heal, become wiser, and have a bigger impact on the world. In the end, your story will help other people get through times that were emotionally hard for them. What you feel heavy about right now will one day become proof that my power got you through hard times. You need to keep your spirit awake because one of the enemy's best tools against your destiny is distracting you. Noise that won't go away, emotional chaos, and stress that never goes away can slowly take your attention away from my guidance. That's why I keep using these words to draw your attention back to me. I want to remind you that your peace is more important than the chaos going on around you. Soon, you'll notice that some things in your life are changing quickly. At first, some changes might feel hard because they mean letting go of old habits, unhealthy attachments, or ways of thinking that are based on fear. That being said, each step you take toward growth brings you closer to the future I planned for you before these problems started. I'm not leading you to destroy yourself. I am taking you from being confused to having more peace, clarity, and spiritual strength. You've been feeling spiritual tension without fully understanding why your feelings have become heavier all of a sudden. Some days were peaceful for a short time, but then sadness or fear came back out of the blue. Those changes in how you felt were signs that your spirit was able to see what was happening in your life before your physical eyes could. I've been carefully getting you ready because what's coming will require more trust in me than ever before. There are fights going on around you that were never meant to ruin your future. The enemy tried to break down your faith because he wanted you to feel emotionally and spiritually worn out and lose touch with my voice. He hoped that letting you down over and over would make you realize that nothing important could still happen in your life. Still, I kept your heart safe even after every hard time because your purpose is still alive and your future is safe in my hands. Dear child, I know you've been sad because your prayers haven't seemed to be answered for a long time. You kept hoping that things would get better, but some problems lasted longer than you thought they would, which slowly drained your hope. You even wondered if your tears were still important to God at times. But I want you to know that my silence never meant I left you, because I was still working behind the scenes, even though you couldn't see the results yet. If you think God is with you, type 1111. In the coming moments of your life, truths that were hidden from you in earlier times will become clear. If someone smiled at you, it didn't mean they cared about your heart or your future. Others only stayed close to you when it was good for them personally, financially, or emotionally. Because your spirit can't keep growing when you're constantly confused and emotionally unstable, I'm pointing out unhealthy attachments. Do not be scared if relationships start to change quickly. It's not always a punishment to go the distance or fail at the end. Separation is sometimes needed because I need to get rid of distractions before I can bring you more peace and clarity. You may feel a lot of pain at first, but you will understand that I was keeping your spirit safe from deeper wounds that would have made your healing take even longer. You have also been fighting mental and physical exhaustion that you don't want to show. You were stressed even when you were sleeping, and your heart was racing even when it was quiet. You sometimes felt tired when you woke up in the morning because your spirit was so heavy with emotional stress. But I'm giving you back your strength because you can't move on to the next part of your life while being scared and mentally worn out all the time. My child, good things are coming your way faster than you think. The enemy keeps drawing your attention to what's wrong because he doesn't want you to see the doors begin to open quietly around you. Little by little, chances healing and restoration are coming into your life, even if it seems slow today. Please be patient with me, because important things don't always happen quickly or loudly. It was also important for me to learn lessons through your spirit during this hard time. You learned how easily broken promises can be when people speak from short-term feelings instead of real loyalty. You learned that peace is more important than always getting other people's approval. It was most important that you learned how to lean on me more deeply when things around you seemed unstable and uncertain. To get strength. Yes. How did the wealthy get so much money so easily? The public now knows a simple 9-word password. A lot of people use it every day and see money come into their lives like never before. Scientists say it turns on an old brain system that is directly linked to having a lot of things. Life-changing, backed by Harvard and tested in the lab. Many people have already been able to get out of debt in just a few weeks. This breakthrough is under a lot of stress, though, and it could end at any time. Before it's gone, click the link in the description and comments. My dear child, stop punishing yourself for things I already wanted to help you understand. The enemy wants you to feel ashamed of past mistakes so that they can control the choices you make in the future. There are painful memories that try to pull you back into guilt and self-blame every time you try to move forward. But I didn't make you to stay forever in seasons that are over. I know that the things you lost out of the blue are still making you sad. Some dreams fell through before they could fully begin, and some people left you before they could show you the love and loyalty you needed. Because you truly gave your heart and hoped things would last forever, those events hurt your confidence a lot. But even those painful endings couldn't stop the plan I still have for your future. You are about to enter a time when being wise will become very important. Not every chance you see will be good for your spirit, and not every voice that sounds sure of itself is someone you can trust. I need you to stay close to me, because people who are emotionally desperate sometimes make hasty choices that cause them more pain than they are worth. Take your time, pay close attention, and let my peace, not fear or pressure, guide your next steps. Soon, there will be times when you'll understand why I kept warning your spirit over and over. There will be talks, truths will come out, and things that were hidden in the dark will finally become clear. At first, those revelations may be too much to handle, since clarity often comes during tough times. But the hidden truth is always better than the easy lie, because the truth leads to freedom and healing. My child, you've been through things that should have broken you. At night, disappointment would crush your heart, and in the morning, you'd have to find strength that no one else could see to get out of bed. Even though you went through a lot, you are still standing here listening to my voice today. That by itself shows that my grace helped you win battles that your strength alone could not have won. Don't look at your path through the eyes of other people. Some people seem calm in public, but they're really going through storms that no one else knows about. Some may look like they're ahead for a short time, but their bases aren't based on long-lasting wisdom or peace. I'm changing how I live your life, because the future I planned for you needs you to heal more deeply, have more faith, and be more spiritually mature. The enemy wanted you to be alone so that you would think no one cared about your pain. He told you lies that your prayers were useless and that your future held no meaning. But I never thought those things because I still think your life is very important. Heaven was always there for you with compassion, patience, and unwavering love, even when you felt emotionally empty. To say, blessings. Type 777. My beloved child, be very careful to keep your peace over the next few days. Negative thoughts, scary conversations, and emotional chaos will all try to take your attention away from my guidance. Some people may say negative things about situations without meaning to. I'm still working on it in the background. But I need you to trust my timing more than how things look at the moment. Because things that seem to be taking longer are often still being carefully planned for your good. You've cried over things you never told anyone else the whole story of. There were wounds that were too personal, too painful, or too hard to explain in words. So, you carried those weights in silence while acting like everything was okay. Still, I knew every secret feeling in your heart, even when no one else saw how badly you were hurting. You can't start the next part of your life with the same fearful attitude that guided the last parts. You will walk with more confidence, wisdom, and spiritual awareness if you learn from me. Your old habits of worrying too much, overthinking, and relying on your emotions need to slowly lose their power over your mind. When you trust my voice more than the panic that's trying to rise around you, you'll be free. Soon, you'll start to notice little things that show my hand is still in your life. You will find peace in places where fear used to be present. After a long time of waiting and frustration, some chances will suddenly appear. People who care about your heart will start coming into your life, and bad relationships will naturally end. You've tried to hide your emotional wounds from other people for too long while acting like everything was fine. You felt like no one fully understood what you were going through. And you were tired on the inside from being let down and having your prayers not answered. You smiled while talking to people, but deep down you were wondering when peace would come back to your life. But I've never forgotten about your pain. It's important for your spirit to stay grounded in faith instead of fear right now, because the next few moments will test it. The enemy has been really going after your mind because he knows that you are about to make a breakthrough. He whispers thoughts that make you feel hopeless, confused, and anxious because he wants your faith to be weak before your season changes. He wants you to give up on the things I have been planning for your future behind the scenes because you are emotionally worn out. I want to remind you, though, that fear can't stop the plans I still have for your life. Some people around you have been getting the wrong idea from your recent silence. They thought you became cold, distant, or disconnected, but your heart was just overloaded from carrying too much emotional weight for too long. You spoke less because your spirit was worn out from explaining pain that other people never really got. Even when you were quiet, I stayed close by and listened to every cry that was deep inside your soul, but you didn't say, Tapaman, if you believe in God's plan. There are things going on right now that you can't fully see yet, my beloved child. Heaven is changing things, keeping you safe from dangers you can't see, and removing some people from your path before they hurt you more. You got angry about some delays because you thought chances were being taken away from you unfairly. But a lot of those closed doors were really ways to keep you safe from emotional pain you weren't ready to deal with. Why are so many people suddenly getting money? Because they found a 9-word wealth password that was hidden in research on neuroscience. Users report getting money they didn't expect, getting rid of debts, and finding new opportunities. Some people say it feels almost divine. Scientists have confirmed that it turns on a powerful, old part of your brain that is linked to wealth and plenty. But it won't be free for long now that it's been leaked. Before it's gone for good, click the link in the description and comments. More than people know, you've also been having trouble with self-doubt. Some mistakes you made in the past keep playing over and over in your mind, making you wonder if you are really ready to take on the future I promised you. The enemy keeps telling you that you don't deserve peace, success, love, and restoration because of past mistakes. But your worst times have never defined who you are, because my grace has always been bigger than your mistakes. You will soon start to notice changes in the world around you that seem sudden and out of the blue. Some conversations will bring out hidden truths, and some situations will no longer be a mystery. Those moments may make you feel bad at first, because clarity often comes through painful revelations. Still, everything that is being revealed is necessary, because I can't fully lead you to peace as long as lies are going on in your life. Also, money problems are putting a lot of stress on your heart right now. You have been worried about your bills, your responsibilities, and the stress of trying to keep everything together, even though you are emotionally drained. Some nights you tried to figure out what to do, while fear whispered in your ear that nothing would get better. But I'm already setting up ways for provision to come into your life in ways you don't fully understand yet. My child, don't let short-term problems make you think that the future will always be painful. What you're going through now is not the end of your story. I know that the long wait has worn out your heart and put your patience to the test. But even now, I'm making you stronger, smarter, and more spiritually mature, all of which will help you in the next season, if you believe in miracles type 1212. There are people who left your life because they weren't meant to be a part of the future I planned for you. Because you loved them deeply and hoped those connections would last forever, their absence hurt a lot. You asked yourself over and over again what you could have done differently to keep them after they left. But not every separation was a punishment. Sometimes they were needed to keep you safe and help you heal emotionally. I know your heart is still sad because you lost trust. When people are hurt enough, betrayal changes how they see love, loyalty, and even themselves. Your past hurts made you afraid to fully open your heart again, because being open felt dangerous and painful. But I am slowly fixing the things that are broken in you, because fear can't be the basis of your future relationships. My beloved child, there are times coming up when you need to stay spiritually calm instead of reacting emotionally. Fear will try to make you make snap decisions based on panic instead of what's best for you. This is why I keep telling you to listen to my voice this season. When you're upset, my peace will lead you in the right direction to keep your future safe instead of hurting it. You have been looking for reassurance because you are worried that something important could fall apart at the worst possible time. Not knowing what will happen in some situations has made you anxious, and it follows you around all day and keeps your mind racing at night. But please hear me now. I would never warn you about something without also getting you the safety, strength, and direction you need to get through it. In a spiritual sense, the next 15 minutes are more than just time passing. They show how important it is to pay attention to your soul right away, before other things take over your mind again. Life has been pulling your attention in a lot of different directions lately, which has made you feel tired confused and emotionally spread out. But I'm calling you back to stillness, because you can only see things more clearly when your heart is calm enough to hear me. If you're ready for a new season, type yes. There are good things waiting for you after this hard chapter. At the moment, you mostly see stress, delay, emotional exhaustion, and questions that haven't been answered. No matter what, heaven already sees that your life is slowly getting better every day. Slowly, chances you thought were impossible will start to appear, and healing you thought would never happen will begin to touch your heart again. This season, the enemy wanted to make you lose all faith in me and in yourself. He hoped that your disappointment would make you lose faith in the future, until you could no longer see any good in it. But your spirit kept looking for hope, even when things looked very bad, through all the hard times. The fact that you still want to believe shows that my hand has never been far from your life. Also, you need to stop trying to control everything that happens around you. You can't fix some things by worrying, overthinking, or getting emotionally upset all the time. Tomorrow was never meant to be so heavy for you to carry all by yourself. If you trust me, you can put your mind at ease, even if all the answers haven't shown up yet. My child, your tears were always worth it. Heaven has seen every painful night, every secret breakdown, and every moment you felt like no one cared about you. I know exactly how strong you had to be to keep going even though no one else fully understood how hard it was for you. I won't let this season end until you have growth, healing, and restoration in your life. Soon, the confusion that's been hanging over some parts of your life will start to clear up. You'll know why some doors shut, some relationships changed, and delays happened, even though you prayed for different results. What seemed unfair at first will turn out to be protection based on my knowledge in the end. Why are over 19,547 people getting rich all of a sudden? Because they started using a weird 9-word password that was found while studying the brain. People use it from their couches and report getting money in their accounts without expecting it, getting rid of debts, and improving their lives. Scientists say it turns on a part of your brain that controls abundance that is 150 million years old. Life-changing, backed by Harvard, and tested in the lab. Elites used this password in secret until a neuroscientist told everyone about it. Then it spreads quickly and could be taken down at any time. Before it's gone for good, click the link in the description and comments. The enemy has been trying to make you afraid of what's going to happen. He is constantly reminding you of past disappointments because he wants you to expect pain instead of peace. Every scary thought that came into your head was meant to make you less sure of yourself before a breakthrough could happen. I want you to remember my promises, though, because fear can't change the future. I already planned for you. Most people haven't even noticed that you've been through emotional battles. While everyone else went about their normal lives, you were secretly stressed, sad, disappointed, and worn out behind your smile. You were emotionally empty some nights because you had to put in so much effort to be strong for everyone else. Still, not even during those quiet times of weakness did I take my hand off of your life for a second. Right now, things are happening around you that need your spiritual awareness and patience. Some answers are taking a while to come because I don't want you to make hasty decisions based on your feelings instead of your brain. There is no pressure on you to fix everything right away from me. I need your heart to be calm enough to tell the difference between actions based on fear and calm paths led by my voice. If you believe in God's plan, Typeman. Some people, my beloved child, secretly thought less of you because they only saw how hard things are for you right now and didn't see the strength growing inside you. They saw how hard things were for you and thought that your future would always be full of weakness and disappointment. But they couldn't see how I was helping you heal, become wiser, and be stronger through all the painful things you went through. It's almost like the season that broke your heart is now the one that makes you stronger and gives you a sense of purpose. You've been blaming yourself too much for things that were never really your fault. Because he wants guilt to control who you are, the enemy keeps playing over conversations, mistakes, and painful memories. These old thoughts try to pull you back into shame and self-doubt every time you start to move forward. But because my mercy is greater than any mistake you have ever made, I did not make you to be stuck in the past. For the next part of your life, you need to have a better sense of how much I value you. Too often, you put up with disrespect, emotional confusion, and bad behavior because you were afraid of losing people if you set limits. Too much of your energy went to people who didn't do much to keep the peace. Real love, on the other hand, will never make you hurt yourself emotionally just to stay close to someone. There are also blessings that are being held off for your safety because your heart still needs to heal before you can safely take on certain responsibilities and opportunities. You got angry as you saw doors stay shut while other people around you seemed to be moving through life quickly. Still, some of those paths would have caused more pain if they had been opened before the right time. My timing has always been tied to keeping you safe, even when you didn't understand why I was late. My child, I know that stress over money has been keeping you from being at peace lately. You were worried about your responsibilities, your future, and how everything would work out in the end, but you were also emotionally drained. Some nights, fear told you that you would always have problems and never fully get over this hard time. But I am already setting up opportunities and connections for provision to reach you that you don't fully understand yet. If you think a breakthrough is coming soon, type 777. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. The enemy also tried to break your confidence by making you feel alone. Putting you alone was his way of making you feel like no one really cared about your feelings or understood the battles you were hiding behind your silence. There were times when you didn't feel emotionally connected to anyone, even when they were around. Still, Heaven was there with you through all of your lonely nights and silent tears that you never told anyone else about. Very soon, some truths about your life will start to become very clear. People who were hiding their true intentions will slowly come out through their words and actions. Things that were once hard to understand will make sense all of a sudden as your mind starts to clear up. These revelations may hurt emotionally at first because the truth often comes out in awkward times, but they are necessary for your healing and peace in the future. You've also been sad because your dreams didn't come true the way you had hoped. Some plans fell through without warning, and no matter how strongly you prayed, it seemed like your prayers were not being answered. Those letdowns made you afraid to trust again because the constant pain made your heart weary and worn out. That being said, I'm giving you hope again because disappointment can't be the basis of your future. My beloved child, there are times coming up when you must fight the urge to panic. Fear will try to make you believe that every sudden change is bad or will fail. Not every bad thing that happens to you is meant to destroy you, though. Some changes are meant to bring you closer to freedom and restoration. When your feelings get rough, stay connected to my peace. Panic makes it hard to think clearly, but trust keeps your spirit steady. You want me to show you proof that I am still working in your life. There were times when the silence was so thick that you wondered if your prayers were still being heard. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.